as Aaron says, where were you? In jail, you know. Same place he is now. You know.
Did you go and visit him in jail?
No, I don't want to go over there to visit him. My mum never come and visited me. It's only now that I understand why. She fucking hated coming and seeing me in jail. So she just never did. And I never expected it, you know. It wasn't because she didn't love me. I knew she loved me, but when she come to jail, it broke her heart, you know. Same as it did when I went to visit me boys the first time they went there.
So you did visit him?
Yeah, a few years ago, yeah, when they were younger, and I fucking hated it. I hated walking in there, and I hated walking out of there. So I'd rather not do it, you know. I just don't like the place. I know what it's like better than most.
How is he doing?
He's doing all right. He gets out soon. Both of them do. But that's the difference in the system, where back in the early 2000s we were instigating and having a Dad's Day and having it. That was a difference in the system. Mr. Harris and the people in charge were more focused and more inclined to push someone, anyone, towards a family member and towards family, rather than the distance that institutions can create. You know, it was bringing families together rather than, you know, the walls being making it such a distant experience. It's not about the fucking prison walls. It's about how the prisons run. And back in the day where I had a little bit more say and people like me had a little bit more say, the institution and the powers within the institution were more inclined to be focused on family. You know, a happy father and a happy partner is less likely to become a prisoner at the end of the day. So it was more focused on that family family area rather than, you know, the way they do it now. And well, seriously, we've gone 10 years forward, and yet the institution's 10 years further back than what it was when it's, you know, it's all about control and containment versus education and opportunity. That's all it's about. That they've just got to focus on control and containment. And I've asked them time after time, what about rehabilitation? And the answer has been, what about rehabilitation? That's not what we're here for. We're here to keep you inside the gate. It's not about making you a better person. It's just about keeping you locked inside these walls. And that, to me, is controlment, containment. And, you know, should the system work more towards recreation, if you like, family opportunities, education, or just about control and containment? You know, you just keep a bloke locked up for 2 years, 10 years, and just let him out, you know. There's so much negativity in that. You know, you've got no opportunity to be no different and the same as you were when you walked in the gates. You know.
But did you have yourself? I'm just curious. Yourself a moment that you thought, oh, I'm going to have a new start, and start new family, for example.
Yeah, I've thought that with the Dad's Day program and other programs that they've had in the institution, but the Dad's Day program back in the day was actually a program that was doing something, because there was a course involved in it as well. And
so you did?
You know, yeah, it really does make a difference. It really does make a difference. I would love to be a family man, but the fact is, I hate his mother, and we will never, ever, ever.
No, but I'm talking with the new family, new partner, new.
I just continue to do what I've done, you know. This is not about, you know, good things have been different, yeah, but I was, You know, I was a criminal, a lot of times a drug addict, and a lot of times an alcoholic. So I wasn't really focused on happy families and fucking, you know. I was a criminal, and I lived in the life that I lived. Was I a bad person? No, not at all. I just robbed pubs and people. You know, it wasn't. I didn't. You know, I enjoyed crime. It was my life. It was the people that I hung with. You know, it was all that sort of stuff. And you know, if I'd have realised the consequences and the losses that I was to get through what I'd done as a 58-year-old, I'd like to think that I would have made some different choices. But you know, that wasn't. It was all about a momentary existence. I didn't expect to get this old. You know, it was all about the moment. It was never about what happens when you get older and, you know, your fucking family and your boys loving you and learning from you and all that sort of stuff. It was never about that. I never thought about that. It's just life circumstances. It was, yeah, did I bash up my partner? No. Did I bash my kids? No. I was just a young fella that liked to drink, take drugs and take money that wasn't mine. But, you know, my eldest son Aaron, in the photos, exactly like me in more ways than you'd ever think possible. But, you know, the damage is done. Whether we can repair the damage, that's yet to be seen, but we'll be able to. I mean, I've got a grandson that's 11, and the last time I seen him, he was fucking 18 months old. You know, but, you know, that now Aaron's a little bit older. He can probably look at things a little bit differently, and now he knows that, you know, he can never love me because one minute I'm here and next minute I'm not. This isn't a lifetime of my experiences, this is a lifetime of his experiences. You know?
Yeah, but you're still around.
Yeah, but try telling him that. You know, because it's up to him at the end of the day.
I don't know.
But you know, why doesn't he want to be next to me? It's not because he doesn't love me, I know he does. He just doesn't, you know.
But don't you think you could somehow help him to,
yeah,
you know,
I'm
to get
doing that, but
yeah.
I have to allow him to allow me. He's been angry with me for most of my life that I haven't been there, and yet everyone he fucking knows are people that I grew up with and know, and he's hearing every day, oh, you're so much like your father, you're so much like your father, you're so much like your father. Fucking I don't ever doubt that he loved the, but, you know, it's just a matter of him getting through whatever he knows to get through, and I'm just sitting there waiting. I could go up there and be involved in my grandkids' lives and his partner's lives and try and push me way in or talk me way in, but I don't want to do that. I want to be welcomed in as fucking Aaron's father. You know, it's getting closer to the stage where that's going to be able to happen.
How come? Why are you saying it's getting closer?
He's 35 and he's... I don't argue with him because I know he's exactly like me.
My father was not participating in my life. And he's probably like you, sitting and saying, oh, she needs to come. She needs to make a first step.
My daughter killed herself fucking 3 years ago by jumping off a bridge. Aaron's best friend. My son's... So Emily decided to fucking jump off a bridge 2-3 years ago.
Your daughter?
Yeah.
Oh.
And is that my fault? No, but I'm fucking partly responsible. Why? Because I was fucking never there when she was growing up either. I was never there to intervene when her mother was being a fucking evil, horrible cunt. I was never there to take the kids away from that receiving home or home that they were in, you know. My son was one of Tasmania's best golfers when he was 14. The home that he was in and the people that were in taught him how to play golf, and it just so happens he turned out to be one of the best in the state. And now he won't pick up a fucking golf club. He'd rather pick up one and hit me with it rather than play a round of golf. You know, that's not because he doesn't like golf anymore. That's just because he's pretty fucking upset about the life he's had, I suppose. You know, and does he want to get closer to me? Does he want to be my son? Does he want me to be his father? Yeah, I'd say so. But does he trust it? I doubt it. You know, and that's all up to him. That's nothing I can do.
Maybe not.
It's the process.
Tony, but what if there is a space for you to slowly, not storming into it, but just going in small stages?
Yeah, and that's exactly what I'm doing now. That's exactly what I'm doing now. And, you know, because I know how to deal with Aaron. It's just taken me a lot longer than I fucking expected. 10 Christmases ago, I was going for my first Christmas with him and his family. We stopped at the Rochalee bottle shop. We got bottles of tequila, bottles of Jack Daniels, and all this sort of shit that we were going to have the Christmas night. Before we even got out of the bottle shop, my exact words, Aaron, I don't really want to get on the piss with you like this. I think what we need to do first is go and get a bottle of Jack Daniels each, go up into the bush, have a chat, see what happens next. And no, we'll be right, Dad, we'll be right, I'll deal with it, I'm right. And walked out of there the next day fucking with my head down. And I haven't seen them or my grandkids for fucking nearly 10 years.
Why? What happened?
Because we both got drunk and he had a lot he had to say. And I suppose he said it. I don't know, I can't remember what happened. I've got no memory at all of it. I was obviously too drunk.
Next time you have to do the same without alcohol.
No, I don't drink very much anymore, so I'm not really interested in the alcohol side of it, but, you know, I don't know why he hasn't spoken to me for 10 years, and the thing is, I don't think he knows either, but it makes it easy because we haven't spoken to each other for most of our lives anyway. So, you know, that will get to change down the track, and there's things in place to allow that to happen if it can, and it will. Aaron's very protective of his little brother, but his little brother's a fucking idiot. He's homeless, he prefers to live under a bridge fucking than in a house. He's lazy, doesn't work, doesn't shower, doesn't care about himself or about anyone else. I've tried to help him 4 or 5 times and he's fucking made a big time fall out of me every time, so do I want to help him again? Yeah, I do. I told him this the other week on the phone. But there's things that he's got to do to tell me that he's a little bit more serious. When he does them, I'll be more inclined to help him out a whole lot more. But until you do, you're on your fucking own, mate. You know, and it's not because he's me 15-year-old boy that I might owe something to. I owe him fucking nothing. He's an adult, you know. And I've told him that. Probably shouldn't have said it in the way that I did, but, you know, he's an adult. He can make up his own mind and fucking, you know, as I said to him, I'm sick of you ringing me up and all the time and telling me about all these things that you're going to do. How about the next conversation we have in a couple of weeks, you tell me how you've been doing the things you've been doing over the last couple of weeks. But, you know, I asked him, last phone call, do you want me to find you a job? Do you want me to do this? Do you want to come here and live? He
You said? What did
He
you
doesn't
say?
want me to help him. He's lazy. He's spent all his life with his mother, with him mollycoddled him. And, you know, he's just a lazy. And he can't really be bothered, so Aaron's different. You know, Aaron looks after Nicholas and makes sure, makes sure that he's okay.
Looks like a massive project.
Oh, no, not really, but, you know...
Yeah, but it can be, you know.
I've helped Nicholas out before, you know, and the first time he helped, I got him a job at Amos Hotel with friends of mine. He held 3 workers hostage in the fucking hotel room for hours. And I got these people ringing me up on the fishing boat, Ted, what do we do? Because they didn't want to ring the cops, because he's my son. And, you know, I got him another place to live down in North Hobart here, and he robbed the entire street. And, you know, I've helped him out quite a few times, and he's a good kid and a smart kid. He just can't be bothered, and I just can't be bothered. I really don't like people. I really don't like people like him. And I don't care if he's my son. You know? As I said to him, I only like you because you got my last name. You know, if you never had that, I'd give you $2 and tell you to fuck off and not come near me again. You know, it's not because I don't like him. You know, I know what he's doing and I know why. It's all because he can't be bothered. You know? Aaron's totally different. He's got a little bit more respect, a little bit more self-respect. And, you know, so, you know, and Nicholas would be no different. He's just, I mean, he's been run over 3 times. Who the fuck gets run over 3 times? And on the second time, he'd look left, right, left, right, left, right before he crossed the road, wouldn't you? You know, on the 3rd time, you wouldn't want to cross the fucking road. But yeah, it's just, you know, he's an adult. He can change his life if he wants to, and I'm more than happy to help him, and I know that I can.
Yeah, but you're assuming that he's actually in charge of his life, but maybe he is not.
I don't want to have to babysit him.
Yeah.
I don't want to have to follow him around and watch him 24 hours a fucking day. Because as soon as you turn your back, something absolutely crazy is going to fucking happen next, and I just can't be bothered with that. I don't want him to rob me neighbours. I don't want him to rob me friends. So I just don't have anything to do with him. I do. I talk to him, and you know, I give him money if he needs it and all that sort of stuff. But you know, and that's just, I want him to wake up to himself. He's 32. He doesn't have to be 48 and sit back and, well, he can't remember all the things he's lost because he's never really got anything. But, you know, he's an adult, he's not a kid. If he was a kid, I'd, you know, take it on and push him in a particular direction, but he's an adult now, so, you know, I can give him the ideas. It's up to him whether he's going to take it or not. He just can't be bothered. Seriously, I don't understand it. Why would you rather live under a bridge than in a fucking house?
I think you've got some, you know, serious issues to address.
Oh, they're not my issues, they're his.
Sure.
Until he addresses them.
Yeah.
And that's what I said to him. I said, look, you're in a place now where you can do all the things that you need to do to make your life better. I've spoken to his doctor, I've spoken to my friends at Max Employment. They're willing to get him a job and go over there and talk to him about it. But he's not willing to do it. And he doesn't want me to, you know, as I said to him, if you do the stuff you need to do to help yourself out a little bit, I'll be more inclined to jump on board and help you out as much as I can. But if you don't do anything about it, I'm not going to. You know, this choice is yours. If you want to make some of the right choices, I'm more than happy to jump on board and help you out. But, you know, I can't be bothered watching you 24 hours a day just because I don't trust you, you know. And if I went down to the shop, I couldn't guarantee that it wouldn't be in my next door neighbours. windows. And I like my neighbours. I went down and went and seen him up in Georgetown. Last time I seen him when he was home. Oh, Dad, these groups of people are going to bash me up and run. So I rang up a few people and went up there and had a visit and stopped all these problems. But he said his windows had been smashed out. And when I got to his house, every window in it was smashed out. All the glasses on the outside of the house, instead of the inside. I said, I thought you said you got stuff thrown through your window. Yeah, I did. There was a carload of them. I said, well, how come all the fucking glasses in your garden, they'll smash from the inside out, no, not the outside in. And it was him, he just smashed all his windows out. Why? Because he felt like it. Well, yeah. He can smash his windows out, but he's fucking not smashing mine.
Well, it looks like you're describing somebody with a serious mental...
True, yeah, and he has. He has, and taking all his medication and doing what he needs to do. Why? Because I've asked him to. And that's good, but, you know, it goes a little bit deeper than that, you know. Does he want to have a normal life? Or, yeah, I figure so. Well, I don't think he does. He just wants to live on the street.
What if he doesn't know what's normal is?
No, that's it. He does know. He lived with his mother up until he was 25. Got everything he ever wanted. Got everything without having to really do too much.
So his mum was not into drugs or anything?
Yeah, she was a pot smoker and a drinker. I don't know. I wasn't living with him. I don't know. But she done everything for him. He didn't have to do anything. He just fucking goes and sleeps under a bridge and fucking breaks into people's backyards and stealing pies out of fucking old ladies' freezers and then a week later complaining to me he thinks this old lady is trying to poison him. Well, she must have clicked on that someone was pinching fruit out of a freezer. So she actually one night apparently left the pie out on the fridge so he can just have something to eat. And 2 days later he's saying to me, telling me about this old woman that he's pretty sure he's trying to poison his food.
But she didn't, yeah?
Of course she fucking didn't.
So maybe he's schizophrenic.
No,
maybe he has a schizophrenia and he's paranoid.
He's just a lazy...
No, it's not just that.
No, I'm not talking...
It could be paranoia.
I don't want to talk about the mental condition of my son because you don't know all the things that I know. And it's not... I mean...
Yeah, but everything you're describing is just...
It's like I go to buy him clothes and I got no sense of smell and taste, but I know that everyone that comes close to us is walking as far away as they can from me and Nicholas because he stank that fucker much. Because he just didn't want to have a shower. And so I told him, obviously you smell, mate, so go home, have a shower, and I'll meet you in the Launceston Mall in 45 minutes. He come back half hour later with his hair wet. He went up the road, put his hair under a tap, and then come back and told me he'd had a shower. Well, I don't know, I've got no sense of smell, but people still walk the fucking fair, you know. He's just lazy. And yeah, he's got problems. But, you know, he's just using them as an excuse. Because he's, anyway, you know. We'll see what happens, but, you know, yeah.